Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you like our content. Our lesson for today is creating sentences number 3. I like these creating sentences because it's like a self-test to measure your progress and see how you are coming along. Our last two lessons were on divertirse, to have fun, ser divertido, to be fun, going to be fun, ir a plus divertirse, and then finally we talked about cuando and what to use after cuando. So let's review those points real quickly. Divertirse. The present tense of divertirse is, it's an IE stem changing verb, all but nosotros. Me divierto, te diviertes, se divierte, nos divertimos, and se divierten. The preterite, verb number 4, it's an E to I. Watch this. Me divertí, te divertiste, se divirtió, nos divertimos, se divirtieron. And now we had ser plus divertido. Es divertido, it is fun. One time, fue divertido, it was fun. Era divertido, it was fun like all the time. Será divertido, it will be fun. Va a ser divertido, it is going to be fun. Sería divertido, it would be fun. Ha sido divertido, it has been fun. Había, H-A-B-I-A, accent on the I, había sido, S-I-D-O, había sido divertido, it had been fun. And then we had going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to have fun, voy a divertirme. You're going to have fun, te vas a divertir. She's going to have fun or he's going to have fun, usted se va a divertir. We are going to have fun, nos vamos a divertir. And they are going to have fun, se van a divertir. Or you guys are going to have fun, se van a divertir, right? Going to be fun. Also, we had our 3 commands. We had the usted command, opposite vowel, diviertase with an accent. Add an N for the ustedes command, diviertanse, have fun. And regular vowel, diviértete, have fun, to a friend. Also, we talked about cuando. We know there are 3 time frames in life. There's the present tense, there's the past, and then there's the future. Present, past, and future. You've got to refer to one of those 3 time frames. So when you say cuando and you're talking about something that happens all the time, something that you do, that's going to be cuando plus present tense. If you talk about something that happened, right, in the past, like one time, that's going to be cuando plus verb number 4, the preterite. If you talk about in the past about something that used to happen or would happen all the time, that would be imperfect. That would be verb number 5, cuando plus imperfect. And all that's left is referring to something in the future. After cuando, if you refer to anything in the future, whether it's 1 second away or an eon away in time, it's always going to be verb number 8, the present subjunctive, which is opposite vowel. Remember, when we did commands, the 5 commands, 4 are opposite vowel. So you're just going to take everything you know from opposite vowel and throw that right into the present subjunctive. They are identical. They're a mirror image of each other. Okay? So here we go. Let's take a look at our first practice sentence. We had a lot of fun when we went to the beach last weekend. Everything we're doing here, look, let's look at the numbers. 4 is preterite, 5 is imperfect, 3 is present tense. Oh, we've got a future. We have a present subjunctive. We have a command 3, I'll explain that, and we have a present subjunctive. 4s and 5s, 6 is future, 8 is present subjunctive, and of course we already said 5 is imperfect. You're going to start seeing patterns. You're going to find out that a lot of times when you use the future, it's going to bring on a present subjunctive. If you say what you're going to do when something happens, the pattern's going to be a 68, right? Over here again, you're going to see the 8 coming after a command, and we'll learn about that upcoming pattern. So these numbers are meant to put a handle on a coffee cup, to give us something to grab, right? To grab a concept, sometimes for some people, a slippery concept. These shouldn't be too hard. Grammatically, we've gone over this. Maybe there's a question of vocabulary here or there. Let's take the first one. We had a lot of fun. Well, it tells us that's preterite. Divertirse is to have a lot of fun. So we had a lot of fun. It's reflexive. So it's nos divertimos. And then a lot would be mucho. Mucho means much, but it also means a lot when it's modifying a verb. Nos divertimos mucho. We had a lot of fun when, cuando. Now remember, after cuando, you're either going to go present, preterite, imperfect, or present subjunctive. 4 choices after cuando. Only 4 choices. When we went, well, that's preterite, a one-time thing. Nos divertimos mucho cuando fuimos, F-U-I-M-O-S, fuimos to the beach. Remember, there are 5 ways of saying to the. A, al, ala, a los, and a las. Nos divertimos mucho cuando fuimos a la playa last weekend, el pasado fin de semana. Fin de semana means end of week. Nos divertimos mucho cuando fuimos a la playa el pasado fin de semana. There you go. And the reason we know this is not imperfect and it's referring to one time because we're saying last weekend. Next one. When I am with my grandpa, I always listen to all that he says because he is interesting and intelligent. These are all 3s. The license plate, they're all present tense. That's pretty easy, right? When I am with my grandpa. Well, location, estar, is to be used with location. So when I am with my grandpa, cuando estoy con mi abuelo. Cuando estoy con mi abuelo, I always, siempre escucho. I always listen to. The 2 is understood in the verb escuchar. If I want to say I listen to music, escucho música. You don't need the a in there. Cuando estoy con mi abuelo, siempre escucho all, todo. That is going to be like what when it's not a question. It's actually lo que here. Siempre escucho todo lo que says. The verb to say is decir, to tell. What do we know about decir? Well, present tense, it's got a lot of stuff happening. It's a go verb, digo, but the other forms, it's an e to I stem changer. So it goes digo, dices, dice, decimos, dicen. Again, cuando estoy con mi abuelo, siempre escucho todo lo que dice, D-I-C-E. Dice, because is one word, porque, no accent, P-O-R-Q-U-E. Siempre cuando estoy con mi abuelo, no, cuando estoy con mi abuelo, siempre escucho todo lo que dice, porque he is interesting and intelligent. He is, well, that's the verb ser, present tense, soy, eres, es. Porque él es interesting, interesante, interesante, T-E-R-E in the middle. Interesante. How do you say and when the next word begins with an I? It's not E, it's A, the letter E. A, inteligente. Cuando estoy con mi abuelo, siempre escucho todo lo que dice porque es interesante e inteligente. Let's try it again. Cuando estoy con mi abuelo, siempre escucho todo lo que dice porque es interesante e, the letter E, inteligente. All right, let's take a look here. It was already very hot when the game started. Let's see what we have in our license plate. Well, we've got an imperfect and a preterite. Remember, perfect is aba ia. It was already very hot. To be hot is hacer mucho calor. Hacer mucho calor. Literally, it means to make a lot of heat. Now, already is the word ya, Y-A. We're going to start off with ya. Ya. Now, we're going to take hacer and put it in the imperfect. Ya hacía, H-A-C-I, accent A. Ya hacía mucho calor. Cuando, when the game started. That'd be cuando plus preterite. Cuando el partido. Now, to start is empezar. Empezar, how would that go? Empezó, E-M-P-E-Z-O accent. Ya hacía mucho calor cuando el partido empezó. Hacía imperfect, empezó preterite. I will call you when I get home. 68. You're going to see the pattern 68. It's going to show up a lot. 68. I will call you. The verb llamar is to call. Now, will implies future. That's why we have the number 6. How do you do the future? piece of cake. You take the infinitive, llamar, right? There are no irregulars, and add the I ending, which is the letter E with an accent. So this would be, you put the te in front. You I will call. Te llamaré. Double L A M A R with an accented E. Te llamaré when, cuando I get home. Have I gotten home yet? It hasn't happened yet. I can't use the present. It didn't happen. I can't use the preterite. It didn't always used to happen. I can't use the imperfect. I have to use the opposite vowel, present subjunctive, verb number 8. Okay, llegar. So I got to get to verb number 8. How do you form verb number 8? That's right. You take the yo form of the present tense, llego. You change it to opposite vowel for an AR verb is E. It would be yehe, but it's a cargar-zar verb, so it's got to be G-U-E. We have to maintain the hard G sound of llegar, the infinitive. So it's cuando llegue, double L, E-G-U-E, a casa. Te llamaré cuando llegue a casa. Te llamaré cuando llegue a casa. It was a lot of fun to go to the mountains when I was a kid. This is implying that you used to go all the time. It's a 55, double imperfect. It was a lot of fun. Well, the verb ser, what's the imperfect of ser? It's irregular. It's not a, ba, ia. It's irregular. It's, remember we told you the earned run average in baseball or the equal rights amendment? E-R-A, era, era. It was a lot of fun. Era muy divertido. Muy can mean a lot when it's in front of an adjective. Fun, divertido. Era muy divertido to go, ir. Well, we should put a 0 in here. We need to put a 0. It was a lot of fun to go to the mountains. Era muy divertido ir. So this should be a 5-0. Ir a las montañas cuando, when I was a kid. I just wasn't a kid for one day. Like whenever we would go to the mountains, my dad would take us there at least once every other month. Era muy divertido ir a las montañas cuando era niño. And you ladies would say cuando era niña. So the number here, the license plate should be 505. O, the 0 for the infinitive, to go. It will be fun to see all our friends when we get to the hotel. Easy to say it in English, and we're going to practice, and these are going to become easy in Spanish. Here we go. We've got a future, will. We've got an infinitive to see, the 0, which I should have put here. And we have an 8 when we get to the hotel, because we're not at the hotel yet. It has not happened. If you say anything that hasn't happened after cuando, I don't care what it is. It's got to be opposite vowel, present subjunctive, verb number 8. It will be fun. The verb ser in the future. Take ser and put the A with an accent. Será. Será muy divertido. How do you say to see? Ver, V-E-R. Será muy divertido ver all our friends. Now we know friends are amigos. How do you say our friends? That's right, nuestros amigos. But anytime you do something to a person, you need to put a personal A in front of it. So we're seeing people, we need a personal A. So this is going to be, it will be, será divertido ver a todos nuestros amigos. Será divertido ver a todos nuestros amigos. Todos nuestros amigos means all our friends, but because ver is in front of it, when you do something to people, you need the personal A. Ver a todos nuestros amigos. When we get, to get somewhere is to arrive, llegar. It's a cargar-zar verb, right? And we've got to go. Verb number 8 is opposite vowel, so you know it's going to be not llegamos, it's going to be lleguemos. That's right. It's as easy as that. Llegamos, lleguemos. Don't worry about the spelling. Llegamos, lleguemos. Because when you say gay, it's G-U-E. You can't say double L-E-G-E-M-O-S, so it would be lleguemos. We must maintain the integrity of the hard G sound in the infinitive. So, será divertido ver a todos nuestros amigos cuando lleguemos, G-U-E-M-O-S, al, A plus L contracts. There are only 2 contractions in Spanish. A plus L gives you al, and de plus L gives you del. That's L without the accent. Será divertido ver a todos nuestros amigos cuando lleguemos al hotel. Next to last, I went to your house, but when I saw you weren't home or you weren't there, I took off. I went to your house. Now, that's going to be a preterite. And when I saw, that would be a preterite. That you weren't home, that's going to be imperfect because before I got to the house, the condition of you not being there was pre-existing in the past already, and it wasn't completed. So we're going to go with imperfect, and then I took off is going to be preterite. So it's a 4454 license plate. I went to your house. Fui, F-U-I, fui. Fui a tu casa. Fui a tu casa, but, pero, P-E-R-O, pero, when I saw you weren't there, cuando ver, V-E-R to see, in the preterite. That's right, B, V-I. Fui a tu casa, pero cuando vi you weren't there, even though we don't say that in Spanish, you must include the K. Fui a tu casa, pero cuando vi que no estabas allí, pero cuando vi que no estabas allí, I took off. The verb to go is ir. Irse, reflexive, means to take off, to leave. So, to say I took off, if I went is fui, I took off would be me fui. Me fui. Okay? Fui a tu casa, pero cuando vi que, it goes right in here, cuando vi que no estabas allí, with an accent on the I, A-double-L-I, cuando no estabas allí, me fui. I booked. I bounced. I took off. I left. Me fui. All right, our last one. Call me when you have the money. This is a command. C3, this is a new code. C means command. There are 5 commands in Spanish. The first 4 commands are opposite vowel. They're the same as the present subjunctive. So we call those C8. It's a command 8, and the 8 tells you that it's got to be opposite vowel. The regular positive to command is a command 3 because that's the present tense regular vowel. So let's try it. Call me. What's a command? What is a positive to command? It's just the LA form of the present tense. Llama. Put the me on the end. Llámame. Go back 3 vowels and put your accent on the A. Llámame cuando you have the money. Well, you don't have the money yet. So how do we get opposite vowel? Go to the present tense, yo, o, tengo. Change that O to opposite vowel, A, tenga. There it is. Llámame cuando, put an S on it, tengas el dinero. That's it. Easy. All right, one more time. Nos divertimos mucho cuando fuimos a la playa el pasado fin de semana. Cuando estoy con mi abuelo, siempre escucho todo lo que dice porque él es interesante e inteligente. It was already very hot when the game started. Ya hacía mucho calor cuando el partido empezó. I will call you when I get home. Te llamaré cuando llegue a casa or a la casa. It was a lot of fun to go to the mountains when I was a kid. Era muy divertido ir a las montañas cuando era niño or era niña. It will be fun to see all our friends when we get to the hotel. Será divertido ver a todos nuestros amigos cuando lleguemos al hotel. I went to your house, but when I saw you weren't there, I took off. Fui a tu casa, pero cuando vi que no estabas allí, me fui. I took off. Last one, call me when you have the money. Llámame cuando tengas el dinero. All right, creating sentences number 3. We don't expect you to just breeze through all of this, but we expect you, if this were a puzzle, to have more pieces connected to the puzzle than those that remain. You're getting there little by little. Practice, perfect practice makes perfect. So we just keep working and working and working. We keep sanding the piece of wood until it gets a real fine, smooth, slippery surface. We are on our way. Keep up the good work, and we'll have a new lesson, a brand new lesson, our next lesson upcoming. Gracias por todo. Tengan un gran día. Gracias por estar conmigo, Profesor Pablo. Se lo agradezco mucho. Thanks for being here with me, Profesor Pablo. I really appreciate it. Hasta pronto!